They are uniquely New Zealand. They are the Maori, New Zealand's indigenous people struggling to maintain their cultural identity in what's become a country of European majority. The Maori are Polynesian. Their rural lifestyle has changed over the years. Young people have left the villages and moved to the cities, forgotten their language, lost their culture. Now, in 1987, all across the country, the old is new again. There is a renaissance in native art. Young people like Kemara Wilson are relearning the carving of their grandparents' generation, and in doing so, learning their great-grandparents' legends.
The whole thing is called a popo, and it represents a legend, and it's about a guy called Tinido riding his whale, which is up there, and this mermaid figure here is his lover. She changed into a mermaid to get to him.
The wood carvings are intricate, the legends complex, and in an art world now hungry for native arts, the demand and price is high.
Piece about this size would be worth about $15,000 to $17,000.
I believe a few years back, pieces were sold for pennies, and about 10 years forward, they're sold for thousands or thousands of dollars. And where's the justice in that, I ask?
Young Maori men learn the carving at this technical institute devoted to their people. The young Maori women likewise learn what once was an everyday part of their life.
In 150 years, I suppose you can say, where it's taken a European 2,000 years to get where they are today, it's taken the Maori 150 years to catch up. And in that space of time, we've left a little bit of our culture behind. And this institute is responsible for making them catch up again.
Maori tikis carved from jade were once considered little more than cute native trinkets. Now they're sold in high-priced art galleries to collectors. Some of the highest-priced items come from this studio belonging to Heppy Maxwell. He was a truck driver until a few years ago, then he lost both his legs in an accident. His work is famous throughout New Zealand.
I've now turned to doing things with my hands, and I've looked into this type of work, and I've landed on my feet, if you might say.
The center of Maori life and art is Rotorua, about midway down on New Zealand's North Island. It is a thermal area of unbelievable beauty, power, and eeriness. Rotorua is a volcanic opening. A lush green valley runs through town. The valley is spotted with boiling mud cauldrons. The valley is a perfect setting for a Jules Verne novel, an opening to the core of the earth. It looks like a valley that time forgot, and yet, like clockwork, it comes alive with geysers which shower the area with scalding water and create the plumes of steam which nourish the plant life. The Maori have always used geothermally heated water to live, use it for cooking and for cleaning. And in 1987, they find themselves still using it to attract tourists. 300,000 people a year wander through this Maori village and past a Maori problem: burial. Bodies are left in vaults above ground because the temperature is so high below ground.
As a people, they've never ever believed in cremation, and with the thermal activity here, to put the body in the ground, we feel it's as good as cremation. So the vaults are built on top of the ground, the coffins are lowered inside the vault, and then they're sealed at the top.
This is the solution to another Maori problem: language. Over the years, a need to integrate into a European-dominated society has left most Maori unable to speak their own language. Now they're learning again as children.
How to cut out tene? We teach them young because, I don't know, somehow it's easy to get to a child. When you're older, your mind is set on a certain thing and there's no way anyone's going to bend your will unless you've got a weak willpower. Then they can bend you. But these ones, they're only babies, and it's like picking up a clay, you know, it's still moist and it's still green. You can mold it.
We also think that New Zealand is a God-given country to us. We are led here. And it's not likely that any other country aside from New Zealand would speak our language. So we've got to make an attempt to go back in time and say, now let's get together with this. Without a language, a race is lost.
From their homelands, their music, their art and culture, the Maori are a rich people who are reawakening to their wealth, and in doing so, making New Zealand a richer place.